Hello everybody, it's Noody back at it once again. Today I'll be covering the best Deadeye PvP or World vs World build in 2020. In recent months, after I got really bored of SD Thief, I was like, heck, let me just try Deadeye and see how I go. As core and Daredevil thieves, we often look at Deadeye in a bad light because of the stupid Shadow Arts one-shot builds that go around. But when you take that away, I realize you actually have an extremely underrated, very strong and effective class, and in a competitive game mode, you'd be silly not to use it. Although the season has only just started, this build currently has me sitting at top 5 in the North American servers, playing at 250 ping, and I think regardless of what happens, I should easily finish within top 50 or so, at least, given it isn't nerfed by the end of the season. This is not to say it is or isn't better than the Daredevil or core builds that are going around, but you can definitely get some huge success on Deadeye. I feel like it won't be very long before this build gets nerfed, so I'm going to release it while it's still around. Let's try and get this to 300 likes. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and checking out some of my other guides and whatnot. Let's jump right into the traits. The first trait line we take is the Deadly Arts trait line. The traits are all middle, which most thieves are pretty familiar with already. Mug. This trait will enable your steel, or in this case, your Deadeye's mark, to do damage, and also heal you at the same time. We will dive into this more when I'm covering the skills, but your Deadeye's mark will be up very often, allowing you to have a nice extra heal as well as further damage output. Panic Strike. Immobilizing an enemy will also poison them, and also when you hit an enemy below 50% HP, it will immobilize them on a 30-second cooldown. This trait can be swapped out for the bottom trait Revealed Training to give you more power and bigger death judgments, but let me explain why I prefer having Panic Strike. As this build uses Sword Pistol, you will very often have a target immobilized, and with the huge burst potential of this build, having that extra immobilized secures kills and can be massive and comes in clutch all the time. Improvisation. This trait is amazing. It will give you 2 stolen abilities instead of 1. It also recharges a random utility skill on your bar when you land Deadeye's mark. This trait solidifies this build because not only is it good to have 2 stolen abilities for the extra damage and boons you get, you will also have 2 fast cast 3-second stealths when you're at full Malice stacks. It comes in very handy. So that's the Deadly Arts trait line. Let's move on to Trickery, another very familiar setup for thief mains in PvP. Burst of Agility. This trait line gives us 6 seconds of quickness, fury, and swiftness when you hit a foe from behind or the side. This has a 60-second cooldown. The reason we select this over Thrill of the Crime is because the quickness synergizes with another trait we run in Deadeye, which is huge towards the damage output in this build. We'll cover that shortly though. Bountiful Theft. This trait grants vigor to you and your allies when you use Deadeye's mark, as well as removing 3 boons from your enemy target and also sharing that with your allies. Once again, this build will be using Deadeye's mark a lot, so this can be massive towards target focusing and help out in team fights a lot. Sleight of Hand. Finally, in the Trickery line, we use Sleight of Hand because it will give us a 20-second cooldown reduction on our Deadeye's mark, and it also dazes opponents and can come in clutch with CC. Last but surely not least, we have the Deadeye trait line, Malicious Intent. This trait will grant you Malice when you mark an opponent, which is a nice damage modifier I'll cover shortly. Silent Scope. Because we use Rifle on Deadeye, this trait will give us 240 precision and will give us a short stealth every time we dodge while we have a rifle equipped and being used. Very good for target breaking. Be Quick or Be Killed. This is a trait that synergizes with Burst of Agility. It will give you 4 seconds of quickness when you mark a foe, but even better, when you're under the effect of quickness, you will have plus 200 power and precision. This seals the deal with your bursts. You will be doing huge pistol whips, huge death judgments when you've got quickness. Here are the weapons, sigils, runes, and amulet. This build uses the Marauder amulet with scholar runes and is using rifle, sword, pistol. On our rifle, we're running Sigil of Energy. Pretty much when you swap to your rifle, you will have an extra dodge, and this is important because we can get that stealth out of our Silent Scope trait and break target. So what you can do is before you swap to rifle, you dodge, and then mid dodge you swap to your rifle and get that endurance straight back. We also have Sigil of Separation. What this allows is you get to do more damage the further you are away from targets. So with rifle, this is very good. Keep in mind, Sigil of Separation can also be swapped out for Sigil of Cleansing if you're up against a lot of Condi classes. On our sword pistol, we have Sigil of Savagery. What this does is with your pistol whips, your stuns are going to last a lot longer, meaning they'll be stuck in your pistol whips a lot longer if they don't have a stun break. Finally, we have Sigil of Agility, and what this does is every time you swap to sword pistol, you will have a second of quickness, allowing you to get off a quick pistol whip if you need to, but it also gives you some swiftness too. Now we will go through the weapon and utility skills, starting with rifle. Rifle 1, this is your basic auto attacks on rifle. It's a fairly slow and clunky attack, however the most important part of rifle is the stealth attack, which is Death's Judgment. When you're in stealth, your rifle 1 will become Death's Judgment and will hit like a truck. However, let me tell you about rifle 2, Skirmisher's Shot. Now this skill is amazing. This skill is what we will be using more like an auto attack. Why? Although it uses initiative, initiative, it is quicker than the auto attack, does more damage than the auto attack, it pierces through targets and hits other people in the way or behind the target, and it gives you swiftness every time you land. It's a no-brainer. When you don't need to worry about initiative, use this as your auto attack. Rifle 3, double tap. This skill releases 2 shots at once, dealing great damage and gives you might when you land. However, I try to stay away from using this skill too much as it will simply drain your initiative very fast. Rifle 4, Death's Retreat. This skill is your lifesaver. It will shadow step you backwards 600 range, clearing a condi. It allows for very fast movement around the map as well as a great oh shit button to leave a fight. This is also very important to use as a leap finisher through your smoke fields, which I'll cover in a moment. Keep in mind with the about face setting, you can use the Rifle 4 to go forwards rather than backward. Rifle 5. Kneeling. Kneeling can be great in some situations, but can also be punishing. You have to know when to use it. It makes your character immobile, however all your rifle skills will move from being 1200 range to 1500 range, and the skills improve slightly while you are kneeling. For example, Rifle 2 kneeling turns into Skirmisher's Shot. This can be so amazing and broken at the same time if you're on the outside of a team fight in a no port spot. It allows you to have a 1500 range immobilize which you can spam, which does big damage, and it makes it very easy for your team to focus a target. Rifle 3 kneeling becomes a big 3-round burst instead of 2 and still grants might. The same rules in terms of trying not to use this apply as we want to save our initiative to use with other rifle skills. Rifle 4 kneeling becomes Sniper's Cover. This is the go-to smoke field for Deadeye. It creates a 5-second projectile block which you can either use as cover as a way to constantly blind your opponents by shooting projectiles from your rifle through it, or finally you can use your standing Rifle 4 leap finisher as a way to stealth up. Rifle 5 kneeling allows you to stand back up. I recommend you get the hang of kneeling and standing before you use kneel a lot. Now onto our sword skills. Sword 1 is your basic auto attack. It can deal some decent damage, however when you're in close proximity you will be mostly using pistol whip instead of autos. Infiltrator Strike. This skill teleports you 900 range forward and immobilizes your foe, making a perfect setup for your pistol whip burst combo. Keep in mind you can return on your previous location, clearing a condi at the same time. Sword 3, Pistol Whip. This is your bread and butter and is likely to be nerfed. This skill allows you to do a stun and huge damage while evading at the same time. With quickness, this would delete health bars very quickly, and it also hits as an AoE. Pistol 4, Headshot. This skill is a very fast way to interrupt crucial skills such as an enemy heal. Pistol 5, Black Powder. This will blind your enemies and create a small smoke field around you. It's not used too often in this build because the rifle smoke field uses less initiative, projectile blocks last longer, and can of course be utilized with Death's Retreat Rifle 4 for stealth much easier. The heal and utilities. Withdraw. This is a heal which will make you roll backwards while evading and clear any movement affecting conditions such as chill, cripple, immobilize, or torment. It's a very nice heal with a short cooldown. Signet Vigility. This signet will give you extra precision, however the big focus is on the fact that it will clear 3 conditions from yourself and your nearby allies, as well as giving you another dodge when you're low on endurance. Very commonly I will use this when I'm out of endurance and need a dodge to stealth up on my rifle. Mercy. Oh man, this skill shows no mercy. This skill has so many incredible ways to synergize with this build. When you use Mercy, it works as a stun break. You will lose all your Malice stacks in exchange for refreshing your Deadeye's mark and getting 3 extra initiative. Now some of you might already know, but if you use Mercy to refresh your Deadeye's mark and then use your Deadeye's mark again, you then have a chance of recharging your Mercy instantly again with your improvisation trait we covered earlier. What this means is Mercy can be used either defensively as a stun break, but also offensively, allowing you to pull off huge damage with loads of quickness from Deadeye's mark and giving you more initiative to spam pistol whips or rifle skills. If I'm feeling very confident, and in the occasional instance I might swap out Mercy for Binding Shadow, which is also a disgusting skill which will knock down and immobilize a target for 3 seconds while stealing 2 of their boons, and it makes for an incredible setup for either Death Judgment or a pistol whip burst. Keep in mind the skill can't be telegraphed while you're stealth, but overall Mercy is the superior choice as it brings a lot more to the table. Shadow Step. Shadow Step allows you to break stun and Shadow Step 1200 range away, and you have the option of returning to your previous location within 15 seconds for another stun break and a cleanse of 3 conditions. This is a staple skill in almost every Thief PvP build. Finally, we have Dagger Storm, a nice evade and reflective projectiles. This skill can also be swapped out for Shadow Meld for extra stealth, but in my opinion Dagger Storm is the better option. Alright, that is all of the build out of the way. Now let's talk about how it works in matches, its role and combos. As per traditional Thief role, this build can still work as a decap and +1, however it is far more diverse than traditional Thief. Not only does this build have incredible teamfight value out of its huge pistol whip bursts and the immob spam on kneeling Rifle 2, too, but it can also 1v1 very solidly if you get good at using it. So unlike old Thief builds, you don't necessarily have to shy away from the occasional 1v1 when it's required, of course. The build still has close and comparable mobility as old Thief does, so it can still be around the map fairly quickly when needed using Rifle 4 and Shadow Step. This build is incredibly diverse and it has a response against almost any class in the game. There is a way to beat all of them if you play it right. Sometimes you'll be in Rifle a lot more than you will be in Sword Pistol, vice versa. Both weapon sets bring entirely different playstyles with huge damage in their own ways. The damage modifier I was mentioning earlier named Malice is the little flames above your health pool. You build Malice by marking a target and using any of your weapon skills which use initiative on them. Not only do you receive huge bonus damage per stack of Malice for your stealth abilities, but when you're at full Malice stacks, your stolen abilities will stealth you, as I mentioned earlier in the video. That pretty much wraps up the general idea of the build. Enjoy the following Conquest and 1v1 clips.
On these words, I'm intricate, but when I speak to them, I'm a little illiterate. I'm balling on these hoes, best believe I'ma get it. I'm trying to get that rich money like I'm Ellen DeGeneres. I'm killing it, I'ma hit a lick like I'm licking the clitoris. I'ma keep on killing, drilling, full of adrenaline. I feel like a villain, Dragon Ball, I'm like Krillin or something. I'ma get this cash, best believe that I'm spinning it, then I'm getting it back. Bobby Brown up in the trap, from the way I'm spitting is crack. Nigga, to be exact, my flow is off for the map. Every time I spit, all these niggas topping their hats, saying I am the man again. Niggas faking them mannequins, walk the sky like I'm Anakin, Gucci all on my flannel. People thinking they understand, but they really can't comprehend. I'm that TV station, you can't reach the channel. Really, these niggas are just too silly. I'm Meek Millie with flows, how I pop a Willie, run through the 6 like woes. I fuck with Drizzy. Every song Drake hop on, he bound to get busy. Every song that Juice hop on is bound to get icky. Fuck the beat until it comes, so I'm leaving it sticky. Niggas can't fuck with me, you know that I beat them. Ice on my wrist, I'm finna freeze them. Life is a bitch, fuck with me, she'll leave ya. I'm balling out every day, I'ma hit them. I got my hand on my heater. They say they don't fuck with me, shit, I don't fuck with me either. We one of the same people, nah, we different. I'm at the top and you at the bottom. It's a magnum in my pocket, a gun. Also Wakanda, niggas thinking that they snakes, but I see the anaconda. Really, I'm just gon' sing this shit like it's an opera.
Free 21 Savage.
Free 21 Savage. They tryna send him back to UK. He live in lavish. He over here getting too paid. They can't manage. They wanna see a nigga fail. That's how they planned it. But I'ma continue to go nuts like planners. Listening to Red Ops 21. He spazzing. And me, I got fire. I feel like a dragon. I'm flying on this beat like a carpet Aladdin. I'm out of space on Saturn. I'm spitting these flows. You know how it is. I rap a little, then switch up the flow. This shit for the kids. I do it for the people back home that didn't believe. I'm finna take a shit in their house
London
and then I'ma leave. You said London? We get it busting up in London. Like a concussion off of the top, the way I run it. Explode like combustion. You ain't talking money, then fuck it. That's the end of discussion, man. Perfect. I can't
Cherries and oranges.
I can't believe what I'm saying. You know this shit in the plan. Hey, I'm at your door warning you. Banana clip and aim at your orange and shit. Really, I'm just at your fucking cabbage like a cabbage patch. I ain't with the battle rap, but if I wanted, I could battle rap. And he battle rap and body him. Put him in a pill, then pop him like he was Molly.
Cardi B.
Hey, Cardi B, she got them hits too. Cardi B, she that bitch too. Cardi B, yeah, she rich too. I'm trying to get Cardi B rich, you feel me, fool? Man, I got the money in my pocket though, a couple in my wallet with some millions in my face. I dare a nigga try to stop it. Please don't get out of pocket, we get the popping at knockings. I remember being in Illinois, robbing for Robbins, couldn't afford it. Now I'm paying my mortgage. I just bought my mom a car, so you know that shit gorgeous. Pull up on me, I'm ballin', shooting, I'm feeling like Spartan. Matter of fact, I'm Michael Jordan from the free throw I've been soaring. You dig me? Oh, it's a Hit Boy joint, huh? Yeah. Okay. Huh. Okay. 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 Baby, I'm stuck in my ways. It's been a couple of days. I could fuck you for days. Guess I'm stuck in my ways. Yes, I'm young and I'm paid, so they hearts getting slayed. I'm a rebel, I'm a rock star. Take it to the grave. Molly at the rave. Yes, I misbehave. Molly at the rave. Yes, I misbehave. I'm gonna do the dash on my dirt bike. Fuck a race. Everybody the same color to me. I'm screaming fuck a race. Anybody want a problem with me, they gon' get erased. My pencil, ayy, I got the life pencil, erase your ass away. Listen to the way I spit on it, huh? Look at this beat, I'ma get on it, huh? No hip hop, but I'ma spit on it, huh? Yo, girl said she gon' spit on it, That nigga don't got shit on me, That nigga fake, that nigga hate. Bitch, I am Givenchy, Abercrombie. It's a difference that I make. All the money that I make is mine. Won't a nigga ever take, I don't really never take my time, especially when I be spitting lines. This is off the dome when I hit it. Freestyle, I ain't ripping the written. Beat the pussy on, fuck with the kitten. In the cut, probably holding the smithing. That's Cupid. Try to make me shuffle like Cupid. No Nike, but I just do it. Just World Trooper 9 and some movement. Yeah. Molly at the rave, I misbehave. Molly at the rave, I'm gon' misbehave. Freestyle a song on the radio, damn near every day. Hey, Molly at the rave, I'm gon' misbehave. See, it's me and Charlie, we in the party, I'm feeling gnarly. I'm off a perky, mixed with the Molly. If she wanna train, I call her a trolley. I get it poppin', I'm Tony Hawk and I feel like a Ollie. But I'm gonna be like a damn kamikaze. I'm a rock star, Black Sabbath, no Ozzy. Pull up in a Mazda, nigga can't stop me. I come out like Rocky. I'm young and rich and humble, dream when I ain't too cocky.
Yo guys, that wraps it all up. I hope you guys have fun with this build. Let me know your thoughts, comment them below. Make sure you like the video and subscribe if you aren't, and I'll keep producing. If you have any questions, just ask them in the comments or join my Discord server in the description. If you require any coaching or anything of that sort, consider supporting me on Patreon for my services. Peace out, till next time.